Hello, Doc here. Welcome back for another Legacy video. Today we're going to be playing Mono Black Pox. So this is a deck list I got from the Pox Discord. I just went through and I found a list by Alucard that looked fun to me. So let's look at the list real quick and I'll walk you through it. All right, so we're running 27 lands, including 4 Castle Lochlands, 3 Urza Saga, and 4 Wastelands. Right, so we have a large amount of what we'll call utility lands, as well as 3 Mishra's Factories. Mishra's Factories will become important later on. Alright. Then we have Dark Ritual to power out our threats early. We have 2 Fatal Pushes for removal, 2 Innocent Bloods for extra removal, 4 Thoughtseize to control our opponent's hands early in the game, 1 Nile Spellbomb and 1 Retrofitter Foundry to be found off of Urza Saga. We have 2 Chain of Smog, which combos with the only creature in the deck, which is 2 copies of Sedgemoor Witch. If you don't know Sedgemoor Witch, it says that Magecraft, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you may whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, you may create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with when this creature dies, you gain 1 life. Chain of Smog, if you don't know, says that target player discards 2 cards. That player may copy the spell and may choose a new target for the copy. So you can infinitely copy that target yourself and create infinite 1/1s, and then you can win the game on your next turn by attacking your opponent for infinite damage. Alright, and that's just that combo. Then we have 4 Smallpox, so the deck is named after. It says each player loses 1 life, discards a card, sacrifices a creature, and sacks land. That lets us control our opponent's hand, their creatures on board, and with the amount of edicts, we should be able to lock our opponents out from ever really having creatures. Right? We also have 2 sudden edicts to go with that. 2 Hymn to Tourach is just a little bit more hand hate. 1 Feed the Swarm to remove creatures or an enchantment if necessary. And then we have our Planeswalkers, right? Liliana the Veil, +1, each opponent discards a card. Each player discards a card. -2, target player sacks a creature. And -6, separate all permanents target player controls into 2 piles. That player sacrifices all permanents in the pile of their choice. And we have Liliana the Last Hope, which has done some great work in just killing a bunch of small creatures, right? So +1, up to 1 target creature gets -2/-1 until the end of your next turn. -2, mill 2 cards, and you may return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. And then -7, you get an emblem with at the beginning of your end step. Create X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens, where X is 2 plus the number of zombies you control. So that spirals out of control if you get the ultimate. Then in the sideboard, we're looking for Leyline of the Void for graveyard matchups, 2 Plague Engineers for elves or creature matchups where that comes in, 1 extra Feed the Swarm as necessary. We have 2 Ashiok the Dream Renders, right? Target spells your opponent's control spells and abilities your opponent's control can't cause them to search the library. And you're going to target player mill 4 and then exile their graveyard, right? So that can shut down. Well, it shuts down graveyard decks. It shuts down Storm. We also have Null Rod for Storm matchups, as well as any artifact matchups, and Damping Sphere for, I assume, Cloud Post. We'll have to see. We also have Bitter Blossom as another threat as necessary, and Chains of Mephistopheles to deal with cantripping opponents, right? And we also have 2 Tourach Dreadcantors, right? That I assume comes in for D&T, gives you a 2/1 that has protection from white that would become an infinite blocker for when you can't remove all their creatures. Alright, I'm actually really excited. Testing this deck's been a lot of fun. We're looking at a little bit longer game today probably, but let's hop into the league and see how it goes. Alright, we're here for match 1. We are on the play, but this hand doesn't do anything, right? It has Urza Saga, it has Wasteland, but we don't actually have any ability to do much with it, so we will mulligan this. This doesn't have black mana, so we'll go to 5. And then we will keep this. And I think we're dropping Dark Ritual and 1 basic swamp. I don't know why we need this Snowcurse swamp, but I want to keep it. Right, so this gives us removal for their creature. It gives us Urza Saga on turn 2 to start working towards constructs. It looks like we're playing against some form of mono black deck. Or at least I would assume this is a mono black deck running Leyline of the Helm combo based on them playing Leyline turn 1. Right? So this is an interesting one. I didn't expect this this matchup to come up, I will say. We'll play Nile Spellbomb. It's not particularly necessary, but if they're running like the mono black list that's running the wheel, like there's the black wheel where everyone discards their hand. Yep, Dathly Voidwalker. Makes sense. I kind of want to just sack Nile Spellbomb to draw a card. Oh, but it doesn't matter because it goes to exile instead of going into the graveyard. Makes sense. And then we will start making Urza Saga tokens this turn. We'll make a token this turn, and then we'll make them sack their Dathly Voidwalker next turn. We'll take a little bit of damage in the meantime. That was definitely a misplay on the Nile Spellbomb. It doesn't do anything in this matchup, or at least it shouldn't, so I don't think it matters too much. The opponent has played a Deathly Voidwalker. In case you don't know what it is, it's a 3/2 with Shadow, so it can't be blocked except by creatures with Shadow. And the other text requires stuff to go to the graveyard, which is being interfered with by the Leyline of the Void. So that doesn't matter as much. Okay, it doesn't matter to us. We'll choose this on the end step in case they have some sort of sorcery speed removal. Create a construct. Now, we will make another construct, then we'll attack. Or we could make black mana. Okay, let's see. We get black mana, Retrofitter Foundry. We can Wasteland plus Innocent Blood them. Like, we have 3 mana here. Let's just tap for black because we have to sacrifice the creature either way. This saves us like a mana to do it this way. Opposition agent. Interesting. So it doesn't matter. I guess that actually means we definitely should have made the guy. Yikes. Definitely could have played around that better, I will say. So we are now going to go for Innocent Blood and Wasteland here. We'll Wasteland their Urborg, and then we'll Innocent Blood them to try to kill one of their creatures. Because we need to stop them from getting to 4 mana for their Helm of Obedience combo here. It looks like they were just taking a moment there to look at the deck list. That's fine. We'll start with an Innocent Blood. And they might take a moment here to decide just what they want to sacrifice. They chose to sack the Deathly Voidwalker, which makes the most sense to me considering it's not doing too much. And then we'll just take out the Urborg. Right, and now our goal here is we want to draw like Smallpox, which would start evening out the hand disparity here, and it would take out their creatures. So like Smallpox, any removal spell that's not Fatal Push kills opposition agent here. They've chosen to thoughtseize me. How pedantic. Or sorry, pedestrian. I'm at 26 land. This is what I wanted. I want to see Chrome Mox in more of these mono black decks. Thank God someone's put it in. With putting out Leyline of the Void, and they played Retrofitter Foundry. Makes sense. That's a huge issue for us. We cannot beat Retrofitter Foundry with our what we have. We'll just go basic swamp here in case they want thoughtseize again, because now they don't know we have just land still. I'm so pumped. I'm legitimately happy to see Chrome Mox in this deck list. Okay, yeah, they choose to make a 1/1, makes sense. Plays around Sudden Edicts, which we do have in the deck, even if they don't know about it. Back to us, Castle Lock Flame. It looks like we're going to lose to Opposition Agent Beats, probably. I don't know if I want to draw and take 3 damage. This is a Deathly Voidwalker. Maybe that changes? No. Okay. They're going to come in for 4 this turn, put us to 7. So we take 3 that we're dead next turn. I guess we don't want to do that then? I say we don't want to do that. I mean, we need to do it. Let's see. We're going to die because this won't do anything. Yes, we would have died either way, right? Like, land into land doesn't save us. Drawing another card would kill us. And we will concede and look at the sideboard for what we have here. Alright, we're looking at a mono black deck, so we can go. I mean, I guess we want Bitter Blossom, we want Null Rod so they can't combo us, shuts off some of their stuff. Ashiok doesn't do anything here. Feed the Swarm's another removal spell. Plague Engineer doesn't take out any of their things unless they steal our guy again. Like, we need 2 Plague Engineers, I don't think that's worth it. I think Bitter Blossom, Null Rod coming in, and even Bitter Blossom's kind of iffy. We'll take out Nile's Spellbomb. That will remove. Let's remove 1 thoughtseize. And then let's run it like that. Alright, we're back then, and we are on the place again. So this goes turn 1 Liliana, which allows us to control their hand. Let's keep that. We'll see if they have Leyline here. Begin the game with 7 in hand with Leyline, makes sense. Okay. And we'll go turn 1 Liliana, stop them if they do have that their own thoughtseize. We'll just uptick discard Takanuma or Mishra's Factory. Like this second black mana, we want Urza. Let's just drop Mishra's Factory for now. That way we have second black mana, and if they remove Liliana, this could be our way to get it back. Okay, they discard Opposition Agent. And we'll pass back to them. And now on our turn, we'll just thoughtseize them first. That way if they want to put Flash in Opposition Agent as an attacker on Liliana, we can either take it, or they will have to answer that with... Or sorry, they thoughtseize us first. Well, this means they can't Flash in Opposition Agent on our turn, which I think is fine by me. Let's see. So we draw second Lily. We'll put in Urza's Saga so we can start making constructs, and then we'll just uptick Lily, discarding the second one. And then next turn what we'll do is we'll start making constructs, and that'll be our plan to win the game. Now, notably, opponent is not playing on any basics here, so Wasteland is quite good. Oh, and this is the one. They have the Helm of Obedience combo here. Oh, never mind. They just have Karn. That's scary. What do they grab? Do they grab Helm of Obedience to play it next turn? They grab Vault of Whispers. Ooh. They might have Helm in hand already. That's kind of perfect. We're not going to be able to make any Saga tokens because of this. Like, we're going to go Smallpox, uptick. Yeah, so we're going to go Smallpox, sack the, I guess the Takenuma, right? Because we're going to be able to stop them from playing the other thing and getting Retrofitter Foundry doesn't do anything for us, though. Do we want to sack Takenuma or sack the Lily? Sorry, sack Takenuma or sack the Urza Saga. Urza Saga will get us Retrofitter Foundry. This will be at 6. We can minus this next turn to remove their Karn from play. Really split their Karn and whatever they get with it. We're gonna get rid of the Urza Saga because it's a disappearing mana source anyways, and I don't want to lose that and my other mana source for the later Smallpoxes. They discard their own Takenuma, and then they discard Vault of Whispers, City of Traders, and they sacrifice Takenuma. Now what they can do is they can minus Karn to get Liquid Metal Coating. That's what they did. And this means they can shut down one of my lands. Now what we're going to do is we're going to probably, because they can start shutting down our lands and destroying them next turn, we're actually going to cast or use Liliana's ability. We're going to split Karn on one side with Leyline probably, and Mana and Liquid Metal Coating on the other. I don't think that's true. We do have to minus. I think what we'll do... Oh, they targeted Liliana instead of the land. Ooh. Okay, that makes sense. That's very smart of them. It's something I would have missed. Okay, now they've chosen Mishra's Factory, which means we can minus Lily, separate everything out. They have destroyed the Mishra's Factory. And what do we draw? Fatal Push does not help us. Alright, we're gonna Ultimate Lily and we'll sacrifice the opponent's stuff. I don't want them to have Karn and Leyline, so what we'll do is you can have Karn and a black mana, or Leyline Ancient Tomb. This means like they can't have, we don't want them to have Karn and Leyline because that allows them to get their both combo pieces using Karn to get the Helm of Obedience they have in the sideboard. We don't want Karn and Liquid Metal Coating. Those two cards only work together. And I don't want them to be able to keep all their mana either way. Let's see what pile they end up taking. They chose Karn and a black mana, which makes sense to me. Alright, they chose an uptick Karn instead of down tick and let it die. Makes sense as well. Now we still need an answer to Karn, obviously. That doesn't do it yet, but it will be very good once we have a land. They are hitting their land drops, which is a new issue. Now the one thing we need to be aware of here is that they definitely have Mycosynth in the sideboard, so just gain to 6 mana is a win condition for them. Okay, they choose uptick Karn as we expected. And then nothing coming in. So land is good here, it is. And we'll just play our own Lily, and we'll start upticking. No target available, and then we'll pass. And we're going to uptick it because getting to 7 mana, which just wins. Or getting it to ultimate will win us the game. Okay, this is Karn minus, I wonder what they're getting here. This could be a Pithy Needle on the sideboard. Wishclaw Talisman. Ooh, that's some spicy tech. They're not activating now, which I expected they wouldn't activate now at least. Let's see what we get for our draw. Wasteland. Useful. It also allows us to use Castle Locthwain to start drawing cards, so I think that's pretty good. And we were hoping that whatever they get with Wishclaw Talisman isn't too bad for us. Chromox pitching what? So this means they're up to 4 mana here. Chromox pitching Shieldred, probably casting Leyline of the Void. Oh, so next turn they can either get the combo off Karn or off Wishclaw Talisman. Yikes. Let's just draw a card here. And this will probably be Karn grabbing, oh sorry, that's Karn uptick. I thought it was going to be Karn grabbing Helm. So they can grab Helm next turn with it. Smallpox takes them off a mana, which could be useful. So we would lose a card in hand. They lose a land, which makes it harder for them to actually play and activate Helm. Gives us at least another turn. So we'll go Smallpox here, discarding Fatal Push. And we will sack the Wasteland as the least useful land here. Right, but like they can do Karn minus get Helm, pay 1 for Wishclaw, get Dark Ritual. Then they can go up to 4 mana, play the Helm of Obedience. We don't have an answer for it. We don't have Pithy Needle in this deck, which is the one thing where I looked at this deck and I thought it probably needs it, but that is what it is. It looks like, oh, they chose to uptick Wishclaw or to uptick Karn on Wishclaw Talisman to get an attacker. They weren't going for the play we had lined up. Interesting. Mishra's Factory is useful. Well, it could be useful at least. And then I don't know what they have, but I don't trust it. They had another Karn. Okay. We have protection on Liliana. We shrunk down the Wishclaw Talisman, but they can just activate still. And they should be able to win here. Yeah, so this is Wishclaw Talisman getting what I assume to be Dark Ritual. The way they played last turn, I don't know for sure that they have the Helm in the sideboard. I do believe that's the point of playing Karn in this deck, is that you can have Helm in the sideboard, as well as just a way to like cheese out a win every now and then. But let's see. Yeah, so Dark Ritual. So now they're doing exactly what I said they could do. They could have done this a turn earlier, I believe. The way they would have sat out Helm of Obedience, right? Because they have 5 mana this way. Yeah, so they would have had to have Helm of Obedience on the board for a turn. Now they can activate and kill me immediately, and we will concede. All right. If I had to lose, I'd love losing to Mono Black, but you know what? We got 4 more matches. Let's head into them. But also, if you made it this far in this video, please consider liking the video or subscribing. It really helps me out. Into the next match. Alright, and we're here for match 2. I'm liking this one. We have a good curve into Liliana. Smallpox as necessary. Let's keep this. Right, like this has Swamp into thoughtseize on turn 1. Turn 2, if necessary, we can Smallpox. If not, we can go... So turn 2, we will Smallpox. Unless we get like Innocent Blood here, which would be quite good. Ooh. Change of plans, everybody. Alright, Dark Ritual out Lily. Ooh, Last Hope or Of the Veil? Honestly, let's go Last Hope. And then next round we can Smallpox them. Take out whatever creature they play. This allows us to start picking off their O1s. Or their X1s, I mean. Which is Thalia, it's Mother of Runes, it's Spirit of the Labyrinth. Consider we're playing against 80 card D&T here. It isn't Stoneforge Mystic, that is true. I wonder what they get with it though. So they get Culture Complete. So we will Smallpox here, and that will take out the Stoneforge Mystic anyways. Right. Yeah, so it's Lockthwain, Smallpox, sack Castle Lockthwain off it. And we'll probably discard thoughtseize, I assume? Right, and we don't really need it too much, and we can start wastelanding them, depending on if they play another non-basic later. Yeah, get rid of that. And they, I assume, get rid of Rishon Import. Yep, as expected. And then we'll just pass it back to our opponent here. I mean, this feels very strong to have the Liliana out on turn 1. See, and then that just dies to Lily. And honestly, I think Waste the Waste here sounds pretty good. And we can go Wasteland the Wasteland and then play Retrofitter Foundry. And now we're getting really close to Liliana Ultimate here, which we will 100% take. Ooh, perfect. Yeah, there's no way this deck list beats Liliana Ultimate. Oh, this feels so good to just cheese out the win. Yep, no targets on Lily. And now next turn we can either activate Liliana for the ultimate ability and start making zombies, or we can just keep it around an extra turn, and then so we can still have it on board. I think I do want to still have it on board, and then this lets us use Retrofitter Foundry as necessary. And this is just so we can, after ultimating, we can still have something. Ooh, Aether Vial from the opponent. And then we will make, on their end step, we will make a servo. Alright, go to our turn, and now let's... This is so unfair, because we're going to play Liliana of the other Liliana now, too. Ultimate the Liliana of the Dark Realms. Or sorry, of the Liliana of the Last Hope. And then we'll uptick to make each player discard something. And we'll just discard that land. They discard Culture Complete, which makes sense, considering they won't be able to really use it yet. Or put it in anytime soon. And now we will start making just tons of zombies. So I believe this is the game. Eat your heart out, D&T players. Yep, nothing from there. Play Mishra's Factory for turn. Uptick to make everyone discard something. See if they want to Aether Vial anything in. Solitude, interesting. And then we will attack with everything. If they have a Mother Runes, that's fine. We'll kill it with Liliana, the Last Hope at the end, or in our second main. Nope, they don't. And then we will just use Liliana uptick. Pass to the opponent. And we make 4 zombies here. Okay, and this is what we expected. Something off Aether Vial. Yep, Mother Runes as kind of expected as well. I don't think it matters. The amount of zombies we have is something they're not gonna be able to beat. Yep, and they concede. Awesome, that went perfectly. Like that's the dream. Liliana killed everything. Null Rod shuts down some stuff. Plague Engineer kills all their creatures basically, as we showed with Liliana. What isn't necessary? Panel pushes are necessary. Do we want to just cut the combo and win fairly? I don't know. They're made to grind. We're made to grind. We don't need Nile Spellbomb. What I would give for Nile Spellbomb to just be Pithy Needle. We don't need that. Maybe we don't want Feed the Swarm. It's really time to bring tourach because it blocks their creatures profitably. I think we do want tourach then, right? Like pro white in the mono white versus the mono white deck feels strong. It's bounced by Karakas though, but also like every time they bounce, they have to deal with the fact that I can just discard their hand. Let's have tourach. It's definitely not Dark Rituals. I think it's Thoughtseize. Got 2 Thoughtseize, 1 Sudden Edict maybe? Try it like that. Say that the we have enough removal off of some of our other things. This feels like a trap. We're gonna keep it. Because Lily could really help us out here. Alright, let's see if they have Mother Runes. They do, which means we'll go Liliana, make them discard the Mother Runes, or sacrifice Mother Runes. Okay. Dark Writ into Liliana. And then we'll just make them sack a creature. Alright, they are at 4 cards already. Which means the Liliana will start picking off their hand quite quickly. Wasteland's annoying. Thalia is also annoying. So Thalia is going to kill Liliana, and then we'll just play another Liliana. How much mana do we have? We can spend 2 mana, get up to 3 mana. Isn't enough. So we'll plus this. We're going to discard Urza Saga because it just dies to the Wasteland. And now our goal is that you have to spend a turn killing this Liliana, and then we can either play Lily or we can play... We'll play one of the Lilies and then kill the Thalia. Okay, it looks like exactly what we expected. They killed Liliana of the Veil. Let's see if they play another creature here. Just Aether Vial. Interesting. This means that Liliana the Last Hope will resolve and then kill that one. We don't want to play Mishra's Factory here because it just dies. Dark Ritual puts us 3 mana, 4 mana for Liliana the Last Hope. And then kill that. Perfect. And then next turn we can start with Liliana of the Veil, make them discard cards as necessary, make them back cards as necessary. I think this is looking pretty good for us. This opponent says stop it. I won't. Timeless Dragon's good. As just like a 4/4 for later. Alright, Mishra's Factory's gonna go in, and then other Lily. Who the opponent discards. They discard Peacekeeper. I do not intend to attack for a while. And then we'll just plus Lily, and then they have their options. This feels mean, but not mean enough. T&T players weren't made for this type of abuse. So they played Iganjo from the opponent, and I assume this is Timeless Dragon that will make them sacrifice. Can I get a Smallpox or a Sudden Edict? No? God, I so badly want to make them discard a card instead, though. No, we'll make them sack. Right, because they're gonna put something in off Vial, and they're gonna get Cauldra here. That's annoying. Like, there's gonna be there's this 100% Stoneforge Mystic off Aether Vial. It wasn't. Oh, now I'm actually shocked. I thought for sure that was gonna be Stoneforge Mystic get Cauldra. Urza Saga is an issue. An issue that could be solved if we had a Pithing Needle. I mean, that's not a bad one. Start with uptick on that. Then, you know what, let's attack first with Mishra's Factory. See if they'll wasteland it. They do wasteland it. That's what we wanted, right? Because they have that wasteland anyways. Now we can Urza Saga, or sorry, Smallpox them. They have to discard that card in hand. We'll drop a swamp. Right, they had a Mother of Runes in hand. And then just uptick Lily. And now we're looking pretty good to start removing the Urza Saga constructs as necessary, and we can get our get our big old zombie army going. I'm going to minus Liliana the Last Hope now because I don't want. I was going to say I don't want them to be able to get Pithing Needle off Urza Saga, and they concede to the Wasteland on the Urza Saga. All right, that was a great showing for Pox. We bullied them ridiculously. So I'm gonna just keep the momentum going. Let's go into match 3. See you there. Alright, and we're here for match 3. I like this hand. Let's keep this. Start with a turn 1 Dark Ritual into Hymn to Tourach, I think. Then turn 2, we have the choice between Instant Blood, Smallpox as necessary. We can really start shredding their hand down pretty quickly here. Alright, that's Dark Ritual. And then Hymn to Tourach on the opponent. Let's see what they got. They have Hymn to Tourach and Urborg. Alright. A man of culture, I see. That's so ridiculous. They have no lands! They have no lands! Oh my god, they have no lands. We took their only land. That's so good. Which means that the Smallpox is going to do so much work if we can get it in. Like, if they go land thoughtseize, that's fine. They have to take a Smallpox. But if they don't, we're going to just win with the fact that they have no lands. Oh, they had a greedy keep and we got to punish it. That felt so good. And they missed the land again. I was like, oh man, what if they're actually, though, what if they are like mono black reanimator or something and they're just trying to discard a hand size? That's a different issue. Never mind. Never mind. They scooped up to Liliana. Ooh, that felt great. Okay. I don't even know what to bring in. We saw nothing. We saw him and an Urborg, so I know there's some sort of black deck. That doesn't necessarily say mono black, but I think it's mono black. I'm gonna bring in a Null Rod and remove 1 Feed the Swarm. And we're gonna say if they are on if they're on Helm, Null Rod is our answer to the Helm combo. Oh, that felt so good. I mean, this is turn 1 Liliana, turn 2 Smallpox. Yeah, it's bad if they have Hymn to Tourach on turn 1 or thoughtseize. Oh, okay, so they're playing on that same Chrome Mox list then, or at least a similar variation. This could be easily be Hymn to Tourach here. Oh, more. Sheoldred. Wow. That doesn't matter. Cool. Dark Ritual, Liliana, sack a creature. And the next turn we have Smallpox to remove whatever their other creature is. We have Smallpox to remove one of their lands, take out their other creature, and we'll strip their hands of nothing with that and plus Liliana. Rotting Regisaur, that's a pretty good one. Or at least it could be. Oh man, opponent. I almost feel bad because it's going to be this. Let's discard Bloodstainmire. It's going to be this, and then we're going to Wasteland the next turn if they keep that Urborg in play. Yeah, I chose Bloodstainmire. Sack a land. I assume they sack Urborg, of course. And then we'll say everyone discards, and we'll just discard a Wasteland. That's fine by me. This means the next turn we'll just play Urza Saga. Oh, they kept the Urborg actually? Oh, we will Wasteland that 100% of the time. Thoughtseize us. Ooh, they concede. Alright. Taking down Mono Black. Alright, that oh, that felt so good. Alright, I'll see you in match 4. Alright, we're back for match 3. Or sorry, match 4. We're currently 2-1. This hand is unkeepable. It has no black mana. I'm enjoying this deck so much right now. Yeah, so there's gonna be a mulligan. This will keep this. This is turn 1 of the 2 Lilianas if they aren't a blue deck. Let's get rid of Mishra's Factory just so we have black mana. I'm thinking, yeah, I think we go turn 1 thoughtseize, actually. Plays around them having days or some sort of counter spell. Like in previous matches, we got very lucky that we weren't running into blue decks. Now this is probably a blue deck. Ooh, that's good for us for later. And let's just start with the thoughtseize. We don't want to play Takenuma first here because if they have Wasteland, it's also bad for us. Prismatic Ending, Force of Will, Endurance. Alright, we'll take Force of Will. Oh, it's also Ura. We'll take the Force of Will. They don't have any plays next turn. And this allows us to get Liliana into play on our next turn as long as they don't draw another force. That seems good. Let's just take a look at what they have. They also have Flood Strand and Volcanic Island that I didn't mention. That's the Flooded Strand as expected. Now let's just go Liliana on our turn and start making them discard. Ooh, that's good for later. Yeah. Play that. Dark Rid into Liliana the Veil, and we'll discard. Ooh, I guess we discard Fatal Push, and then we can Smallpox away their creature. Fatal Push. Yeah, we have Liliana and we have Smallpox as creature removal here. I think we're doing pretty good. And we'll just let it go back to them. Yeah, okay, they're gonna start fetching here. Maybe they have a brainstorm. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, so they did discard Uro to the Liliana, which is kind of what I expected. Because now they can play Uro back from graveyard without having to cast the front half. So this is them holding up Endurance if they pass. So it's Endurance if they pass, or they can just Prismatic Ending on Lily. Right, this is looking like Prismatic Ending to me. And which they did use the Scalding Tarn that we didn't know about. Okay, oh, they have an Endurance. We know about an Endurance, okay? Oh wait, no, they used the Scalding Tarn. So the only thing we know about left is an Endurance. Right, we're hoping for a land here, actually. Perfect. And let's just start with this. Now, if they have a land, they can go for the Uro here. If they don't have a land, that's fine. And if they cast Uro, we can go Smallpox. I don't know how we are actually situated here, right? Like, they have the ability to get Uro into play probably pretty soon. We have an answer to it, and then we have a Planeswalker on board, possibly. Ooh, Uro from hand instead of from graveyard, so they didn't have that land drop. That's good. They missed the land drop again. Ooh, they do. Very good for us. So we could... Alright, let's just do Nihil Spellbomb. And let's just crack that now. Targeting them. And we will pay the black to draw a card off that. We could Dark Writ here into Smallpox. Take out one of their lands, take out a card in hand. Like, we know they've missed a land drop. Let's do it. They missed a land drop, they haven't cast anything. They have an Endurance in hand that they can cast at the moment. But now if we can remove their lands, and then we'll get rid of Takenuma in case they are like a Life from the Loam deck with a well, yeah, just Life from the Loam. Ah, they're forcing this. They have to force a will the Smallpox here. Ooh, they don't want to do it. They're thinking about it. No, they let it go through and they discard Life from the Loam. Alright, so they're gonna be able to Life from the Loam, get Life from the Loam back. They'll dredge that and then hopefully they can hit their land drops is what they're thinking. Well, they can at least hit one land drop here. Okay, and from the opponent we see... Right, so they did choose to dredge and get Life Savannah and Wasteland with Loam. Which is kind of exactly what we said, right? We said like the Wasteland is why we need to not is why we need to sack the Takenuma. Then this is hard cast Endurance next turn to start attacking Liliana. So we need to draw not a bad one. Alright, so we will aim to tourach them. We take out the Endurance and an Expressive Iteration. Two good cards for them and very good for us for them to not have. Wow. Feeling strong. Right, so we know that they have a Wasteland as one of their cards. I'm trying to think what else they have in hand. Looks like Uro? Oh, Prismatic Ending. Okay. Well, Liliana did a lot. I don't know if it did actually. Sudden Edict is good for later if they have Uro or something. Okay. So they dredge again, milling Misty Rainforest, Uro, and a second Uro, which means they will get Uro back right now. And we will immediately Sudden Edict that as soon as it's in. Now we don't want them putting in like a again, I don't think these decks are running I don't think these decks are running Dryad Arbor, but we don't want them to be able to put in a Dryad Arbor or something at some point and get around us being able to Sudden Edict away the Uro. Okay, there he goes. And then in response to these triggers, we'll go Sudden Edict, just in case. Okay. And they just put in a snow-covered island and pass to us. So snow-covered island makes me think they could be on a list that has I was gonna say they could be on a list with Field of the Dead, or they could have Icefang Quaddles. We'll have to see. Endurance and Life from the Loam into the graveyard. So I assume they'll be dredge Life from the Loam, cast Endurance again here. Alright, so the Million Prismatic Ending, Taiga, Swords to Plowshares. Okay, that's Uro coming in. They had to exile everything there. So they have no lands anymore that they can start getting back with the Life from the Loam. But Uro is in play. Is a new issue. They have two cards in hand. Maybe we will thoughtseize them because we can take get that EI out of there. Like, and hopefully our goal now is to draw another edict effect to kill the Uro. Also, this deck being Life from the Loam and Uro, we're bringing the Leyline of the Voids. And those are going to help us with both those issues. I would take another 6 from Uro, go to 9. They got another EI. That's a little annoying, but it's not too impossible to come back from. Well, actually, we've lost this one. I don't think we have any more answers to the issues we are facing. The opponent pondered. Let's see. They have Tundra. What could this be? Narset. That's not too much of an issue, actually. Like, it doesn't affect much of what we're doing here. Let's see what they find off it. They find Minsk and Boo. I kind of assumed they had Minsk and Boo. This means we only get one draw step, though. And that will kill Boo, but it won't kill Uro. So we will just try it, but we don't have an out. Like, we can kill Boo, but we can kill Boo. They still have Minsk and Boo, which means they can just do it again, which means that we draw an edict doesn't do it either. Let's just concede and hop into the sideboarding. Because believe it or not, I don't think this is too bad. Alright, definitely coming in. Leyline of the Voids. Ooh, maybe we want Ashioks, right? Like, their mana base, they have to be relying pretty heavily on fetches. So that's coming in. We can bring in Ashioks, something we're considering. And I don't think we want tourachs. Coming out, I don't think we need Nile Spellbomb. We're going to have Leyline of the Void, right? I'm going to get Leyline of the Void in. We need 5 cuts. We can cut the combo. Hasn't come up yet. Feed the Swarm isn't necessary. We can do Hymns. Veil Push isn't really hitting much here. We need, like, unless we have Revolt, which we won't have most of the time. We can cut 1 Lily of the Veil, 1 Dark Writ, maybe? So 1 Lily of the Veil, 1 Smallpox. Let's try it like that. Let's try to cheese a game out with Ashiok here. We would like to play first, yes. I mean, this has the combo. Keep it. Keep it, and we're going to try just combo. The goal is speed, which is a little rough because we don't have an untapped black source. So the goal is speed. So this does have a turn 4 win, right, with the Sedgemoor Witch, with Chain of Smog, etc. And if we are waiting for turn 4, we could wait until turn 4 to try to thoughtseize them, to try to clear the way at the time. So let's just go Castle Locthwain tapped here for now. Alright, opponent's turn, let's see. They go Tundra Pass. Alright, Tundra Pass. We can go Dark Ritual, Sedgemoor Witch right now. We can even Wasteland them first. Alright, so let's go Wasteland. Dark Ritual, Sedgemoor Witch. Alright, this is going to be Brainstorm, I assume. Let's pass to second main. Yep, Brainstorm. That's fine. Okay. They've used that, so now we're going to go Sedgemoor Witch now, because we just have the ability. It's fine if they counter it, because we have the second one. I'm kind of expecting Force, not a Force of Will. Okay. Well, this is good for us, because it has Menace, it has Ward, so at least it's going to get in for some damage for a bit first. So we could conceivably try for the combo this turn. That sounds pretty bad to me, though. Let's go Mishra's Factory. Let's go to combat first. We can possibly remove, if this is going to eat a removal spell either way, we can at least force them to use it. Okay. And now thoughtseize the opponent. We get to make a 1/1 with Sedgemoor Witch's ability, and let's see what they have. They have Force of Will, Minsk and Boo, Minsk and Boo. We're going to take Force of Will. Alright, we take Force of Will, they can go. It doesn't matter what they do next turn, we can just win. Ooh, feels good. Alright, this is exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to steal a game. Okay, we'll pass it back to them. They have a Volk now. Okay, that's Misty Rainforest. Do we know about the Misty? We did. And then we'll just go for the win. Alright. Chain of Smog targeting us. And we'll just make like 30 or 40. Oh, this feels good. The difference between Paper Magic and this is that in Paper Magic we would be making like 300 instead of 30. And we're just going to keep copying this. We are going to also always yield to triggered abilities from Sedgemoor, which to speed this up a little bit. Alright, I'll be back when I have a lot of pest tokens. Alright, actually the opponent conceded. Wow, that was a great way to steal a match. Okay, that felt strong. Let's go, let's run that back. Let's win. Let's stay winning. I mean, this has turn 1. We have Leyline of the Void for free. We have Thoughtseize on turn 1, then Liliana of the Veil for as necessary later. I like it. Let's keep it. Right, it shuts down their it shuts down Uro, it shuts down their loan. Yeah, feels good. We have Thoughtseize to take out any other threats that we're looking at, and then clear the way for the Lily on turn 2. Ooh, even a Smallpox. That feels strong. Love a Smallpox. Right, do we see Brainstorm here? We do see a Brainstorm. They're going to hide 2 cards from us. Okay, let's see what they have. So, if they put a Narset, Harder Veil's Endurance. I think I want to take the Narset. They don't really have a route for casting Endurance here. And what I want to make sure is they can't counter Lily. We're going to take Narset. That means they don't have a double blue, or they don't have blue for Force of Will next turn. Unless they have, like, they can't draw a blue card and Force of Will is what I mean. Like, they would have to have Brainstorm here. That's Tundra that we knew about, I believe. Yep. Which is putting them further off of Endurance, even. Good for us. We'll just go Snow-Covered Swamp now. Dark Ritual. Liliana. And this will be Uptick Lily discarding Swamp. Okay, let's see what the opponent discards. Discards Endurance. Good for us. So now we know what they have. And we will start Smallpoxing next turn. And this feels like a pretty good block on our opponent. Source of Plowshares isn't useful. Mystic Sanctuary is quite bad, actually, because it doesn't get anything back without having a graveyard. Yeah, this is right where we wanted them. Alright, so now the issue we're looking at is, do they have Minsc and Boo? I don't know. I feel like that's probably, like, if you had one card you want to hide, Minsc and Boo's a good one. Let's start with Smallpox. Then we can uptick Lily, make them discard. Okay, we have them down to 2 lands. Lily's going up. Let's see. What did they discard? They discarded Mystic Sanctuary and now a Force of Will. So now we know they have a Source of Plowshares in hand. They could have Minsc and Boo still, but now they're into issues of actually being able to cast it. EI is a good one for them, I will say. Like, the goal, the dream here would be they miss their land drop. They have Flooded Strand off the EI. They have 3 cards in hand. Ooh, so there's probably going to be Ponder, I would assume then, if they're fetching. Right, and they're holding up green now, so now we're looking at possible Minsc and Boo on our next turn. Okay, and what do we draw for turn? Innocent Blood does nothing, so we'll just uptick. If they have Minsc and Boo, they have to send all the damage at Lily anyways, or else we can just separate all their permanents out from them. Let's see if they have it. Ooh, looks like it. Yeah, that's Taiga. I think there's going to be Minsc and Boo here. They've probably been holding that for a while. Right, like that's the thing that would be worth hiding off of Brainstorm previously. Now, we're not necessarily out of it yet, but we are a little out of it now. Okay, they make their Boo into a 4/4. I assume this is going to come at Liliana now, as it really should, because otherwise the ultimate in Liliana would really be devastating here. Like, I think they'd still be winning even with the ult, but yeah. Right, Liliana's at 2 loyalty, so we can take out the 4/4, or we can Smallpox. Start with a Smallpox, I guess, and we will sack the regular swamp. Right, like, this doesn't help us, because Lily dies here. So I don't think that was actually the correct play, but it was like, it was doing something, because I think this game is lost. Okay. And I believe this will be killing Lily. Yeah, that's coming at Lily to kill Lily. Makes sense. So Lily saved us, like, 8 life here. Innocent Blood saving us 4. But they are going to be able to start attacking us. Alright, Minsc can be trigger, make a Boo. Make Boo into a 4/4. And then Boo's gonna come on in. Yep. Alright. That's fine. What could this be? Wasteland doesn't help enough yet. I'm trying to think, like, what could our possible out be? I don't think this deck has an answer to Minsc and Boo. You know what's an answer to Minsc and Boo? Pithing Needle. If I play this deck again, when I play more Pox, Pithing Needle's coming in. Also, probably Lifer though. I'll probably play Lone Pox next time I play Pox. The Pithing Needle. Alright. Mishra's Factory blocks for a turn, but also they can just minus. And we are out of hit. Alright. So we're 2-2 now. So, final match. Let's play for the positive record. Let's get there. Alright, we're back for match 3. This hand is 5 lands. It has a Fatal Push and a Sedgemoor Witch. I don't think this does much. Like, I don't know if, like, land, push, and then turn to Urza Saga. Oh god, it's so slow. We'll keep it, but it's so slow. I don't want to go to, like, because this is like a thing I'd keep on 6. Like, I would just throw back the land and I'd be like, okay, we gotta stop here. I say that, but famously I keep mulliganing. We'll have to hope opponent's not on something too unfair or fast here. Alright. Opponent goes, oh god damn it. What is this, oops all spells? Reanimator of some kind, probably. Alright, sure. Sure, yeah. You have pitched your Gristlebrand to grief. That's the reason I'm sticking in this, because if their plan is like they have, I don't know what they have here, but I'm going to stick it out. And then on turn game 2, we're going to mulligan pretty heavily for Leyline of the Void. Okay, they choose to take Sedgemoor Witch, that's fine. Dark Ritual, okay, and this Entomb, is this Exhume or is this Animate Dead? Could be Reanimate, I guess. Reanimate, okay. And they do have a Gristlebrand. Going to 5. Interesting. And that is Badlands. We can Wasteland them. Oh, Animate Dead. Okay, so now they get around any edict effects we have. Because, like, you know, if we draw Innocent Blood, we can take out Gristlebrand. Now we can't do that. Grief, this will take Fatal Push. Yep, that's fine. Let them grief us. Somehow they burned through all the cards in hand pretty quickly. Nile Spellbomb. That's great. Yeah, let's concede. Concede. Alright, game 2. Alright. Let's just quick few cards we want in. We know we want Leyline of the Voids. Right, Leyline's in. These lilies don't matter. Those can come out. We do want Innocent Bloods. We do want Sun Edicts. We don't need Feed the Swarm. We remove Fatal Pushes because they do nothing. We have empty slots now. So we can bring in Bitter Blossom as an extra piece of attack. We can bring in Ashiok Dreamrender. Let's do... Oh, we can bring in Null Rod. Is there anything else here that just doesn't look correct? Hymns are debatable. But we're going to keep it because we're going to get Leyline first. And then we need our hand attack, our discard suite, to take out their important, like, their Serenities. Mulligan this. This doesn't do anything. Go to 5. We are looking for Leyline of the Void. I repeat, we are looking for Leyline of the Void. Now I've chosen mulligan to 6 cards. We'll see what opponent's chosen. They might be looking at their hand and think they have something good here, but they don't have something that beats Leyline. Or it could be the opposite. They have something that beats Leyline, but it doesn't actually have anything to do afterwards. Alright, they're going to take a minute. They choose to mulligan. We'll go for 5. Keep this. Keep this. We'll put back Locthwain Liliana. That gives us a discard spell with thoughtseize to stop them from doing anything, and then Smallpox later. Keep. They also... No, they're at 6, actually. So, Liliana, Urborg are gone. Done. Leyline goes in. Turn 1. Thoughtseize. And we're looking to take a Serenity here. Serenity... Unmask Iona. Hey, we're actually looking to take Faithless Looting. We could take Faithless Looting, or we could just Smallpox the next turn and we take Thoughtseize. That allows them to look for their thing. We don't want them to have Faithless Looting to find their pieces. That's fine. Take Faithless Looting, they can Smallpox it. Or they can Thoughtseize take the Smallpox here. Yeah, that's exactly what they're gonna do. They do get a basic Swamp actually. That's a surprise to me. Because it feels like your answer to this card is going to require you to have a Scrubland or something. Ooh, that's really good for us. That gives us some immediate pressure. Or in future turns at least, I mean. That gives us inevitability. Instead of us both just sitting here staring at each other. Okay. And they will pass to us. Wasteland, I guess that is a reason that you wouldn't necessarily get Scrubland. But still, I think, like, now you have to find Serenity and Scrubland. Okay. Make a 1-1. And this is just going to be how we win this match with 1-1s. That's good. That's very useful for if they do get something to play later. Okay. So we don't need to do this yet. Pass to them. And this holds open Sun Edict if they have something. They do have Bloodstained Mire, so this needs to get Scrubland. Do they have Serenity off it? Underground Sea. Oh no, it's a Show and Tell deck. Okay. Oh wow, that explains a lot actually. Unmask me, that's unfair. I needed that to stop them from winning off this Show and Tell that they're about to play. Okay, this is oh, this could be Iona, which would be bad for us. Oh no, but it is Archon. Alright, that'll be him going away. So now we need to draw one of our many edict effects. Let's just do this anyways, as we do. Edict, please, please. That is an edict. Okay, and this will be Liliana forcing him to discard or sack Archon. Perfect. And now This also means that they can't keep cards in hand, and next turn we will also Wasteland Underground Sea. As long as they don't have like another show and tell. Ooh, looks like not another show and tell. That's good for us. Oh god, I want a Wasteland so badly, but I want a Sedgemoor Witch too. Oh, that's so hard. Okay, they can have the Underground Sea for a turn. I'm getting a Sedgemoor Witch in. We're each going to discard something. Or I mean, they will discard something. The clock is so much faster once we have that in. Let's see. They discard themselves. Okay, what do they actually discard though? Unmask. Okay. Right, like the clock is just so much better now. All right, now this, and if they even if they do put something in, we can just Liliana it still. Okay, and they pass. Very good for us. We'll land for turn. In the first main, we will get rid of Underground Sea, and then we'll go to combat. Ooh. Nice, nice. And each player discards a card, please. They discard Iona this time. Cool. Now we do have a clock. We have a 3-turn clock. We also have the ability to increase it a little bit with Retrofitter Foundry here. And they are off it. Okay. Ooh, okay. This game's for the positive record. This game is for the positive record. Now we also now know they have blue spells. We know they're running show and tell. Do we have something we want to deal with show and tell? I don't think so. I think we just run back as is, and we're still going for Leyline. Because the second we don't get Leyline, that's the second they go for the Reanimator hand. Nope. All right, like this might do something, but it doesn't do enough. Perfect. Oh, so good. Yes, keep. Drop a swamp. Wait. What if we just drop the Dark Writ? Okay, drop Dark Writ. And this is turn 1, thoughtseize. Turn 2, Wasteland and Retrofitter Foundry. They're on 7. Verdant. This could be Verdant Thoughtseizes. Unmask us. Itching Exhume. They're down to 6 cards, or 4 cards now. The Leyline's just so necessary. There wasn't, I don't think there was an actual option where we don't like, there's no version of this deck, or this game, where we win without Leyline, I believe. Right, we saw they have Exhume, they had Unmask. Like, they had everything they could have possibly needed if they wanted to play a creature from the graveyard there. Or like they could have unmasked themselves, pitching something, then they could have exhumed that card back on this turn. Alright, what are they getting here? Scrubland. Okay, so this is gonna be, so they have Serenity, I believe, then. No, they have Wear and Tear. Ooh. Yikes. Okay. We're a deck that's running so many there's just so many cards that we should be able to deal with this. Chain of Smog, surprisingly not one of them right now. We're gonna Wasteland them. Alright, this should be Entomb. Yeah. So this is Entomb, but they're also on 1 land still. Like, they didn't play a second land at any point. Alright, that's Gristlebrand into the graveyard. Now, our draws that we want. God, please tell me I didn't cut Nile Spellbomb. Like, there's no way I cut Nile Spellbomb in this matchup. No, we didn't. Our draws that are good is Nile Spellbomb, the Exile like Gristlebrand, and removal spell, please. Sunny would be very good here. Okay, so they can draw once here, if they'd like to. They do choose to draw. Smallpox would be very good here, actually. I would take them off their land. It would kill Gristlebrand. It would make them have to like, Smallpox would do a lot here. Alright, they're going to take Chain of Smog. This is the only thing they can take. Alright, come on. Come on, Smallpox. That's not it. I'm gonna play it out for a bit, though. Because this is for the, I might say this for the trophy, this is for the positive record. I'm very interested in continuing to play for just a minute or two. If they put another creature into play, though, I will concede. Okay. Opponent's attacking as we go down to 13, they'll go up to 10. And they're going back to 3. I'm surprised. I guess it makes sense. It means reanimates are still not an option, though, for them. Our opponent fetches off Marsh Flats, which also does put them to 2 life. Faithless Looting, they'll put 2 things in the graveyard. This is interesting. They're so low. Like, Runner, Smallpox kills them? Children of Corliss. Oh, is this Tinfins? Okay, and then Children of Corliss reanimate Children of Corliss, which means that now they can sack that, gain a bunch of life. Well, only gain 7. Surprisingly, that's less than I would have expected actually, or I think less than they would have wanted. I think this is a lost game at this point, but like interesting. They discard their hand. I mean, yeah, Liliana is what I would consider a removal spell for Gristlebrand. They just discarded a show and tell, a chance for the annex, looted Delta, and let's just get rid of that Gristlebrand there. They went to 3 off of it. Like, yeah, it makes sense. They're gonna start their turn with 14 cards in hand, but wow, that's a bold move. Can we please draw a Smallpox? Like, they're gonna get a creature in here. If they get Archon of Cruelty, it's quite bad for us. But if they just get Gristlebrand back, that's fine. Dark Writ. So they can get 2 things back most likely this turn. Okay. Where on Retrofitter Foundry? That's fine. It'd be very odd if they've seen what, the top 38 cards of their deck. Okay, yeah, they get back Archon of Cruelty as kind of expected. Which means that clears out everything we have here. They'll go up to 6 life. This is surprisingly close. If they get Gristlebrand into play here, I'll concede. Or even Chance with the Annex. They're only going to be able to answer one thing this turn. Looks like that is Gristlebrand coming in. I will concede to Gristlebrand. GG, opponent. Alright, we managed to go 2 and 3 with this deck. Let's talk about what we thought about it. Fatal Pushes felt bad. That's my first thought, right? Like, Fatal Pushes are here. They're enabled by 1 Bloodstained Mire. I don't know how I felt about that. I felt like those didn't really get much. I understand why they're there. Innocent Bloods felt pretty good, actually, and so did the Sudden Edicts, obviously. I might even be consider going up on Sudden Edicts here. Because, like, in things like Murktide Region, they're very important, right? Like, to be able to interact with Delvers, Murktide Region, if you can take care of their smaller creatures, you can get rid of Murktide Region with those. Thoughtseize felt good. Hymn to Tourach felt good. Smallpox did work. Like, these cards did work. And, like, the overall, like, best part of this deck, what felt like the best thing, was just Liliana's here. Like, it was Dark Ritual, Liliana turn 1, win the game off that, right? Like, control your opponent's hand, control their creatures, etc., just win. Though, that always felt great. One thing that doesn't feel good, this deck needs Pithy Needle. I am so 100% sure this deck needs Pithy Needle. That's my only thought, is I want Pithy Needle. I wanted Pithy Needle multiple times off Urza Saga, and I couldn't get it. So that's my burning thought. This deck needs Pithy Needle. Lands, we never had any issues with lands, even while making our opponents sacrifice everything. Like, that felt very good. I actually really enjoyed this. I'd love to play probably more Pox, honestly. This felt great. I had a blast. I hope you guys had fun watching. And if you made it this far in the video, you made it all the way through, please consider liking the video or subscribing. It would help me out a lot. I'm trying to grow this channel. Thank you very much. Peace.